afternoon. I don't usually do afternoon videos. I do random bits of days videos and stuff like that, but it's been a strange day because of the lack of sleep last night and one thing or another. I realised I'm wearing crisps, like seriously. I am so tired, but I've had a really good day so far in that I got to do a live with two totally amazing people. Two totally amazing humans who are making a difference, and their angles for things really, really like gets the mind going, and it's absolutely a blessing that we're in each other's lives. And that talk could have gone on way much longer, but I was starving. They were starving, well, not starving, but really considerably hungry and ready to talk. I mean, it was like, and I dropped out for a few things because I'd sort out getting the delivery for my box, my veggie box, and sorting that, and sorting a few things out today. But I am so grateful that I could jump back on. It was interesting. Such a blessing when people want to come together with that one love and unite with other people, but with the intention of not manipulating, but just saying, look, this is me, this is my authentic truth, because through my own personal experience I've found this out to be true, and I've done all these, like, I've had these personal lessons, I've had these experiences, and I've looked into it this way and that way, so it really is informed thoughts, and it's not thoughts that have just come from sitting there in a daze. It's thoughts that have come from total dedication and commitment to the truth, or their truth, or questioning what we're told is real. That's so important. I don't question very much anymore because I'm so in tune with myself and my environment. I kind of just go with that now. And if I do question anything, I have so many different friends that I trust fully with their perspective, that is all I need for what I need to do, because I just fully trust the universe. So I just keep working on myself, and that is all I need to do. And yesterday was quite a day for working on myself and bringing up many old memories at the same time as trying to sort other things out, and it's enabled me to remember my security training when I was doing festivals and managing people who were under an influence. So I'm saying under an influence, so I'm not being specific. I was good at being not attached, not taking things personally, and holding space and managing situations. And I realised yesterday that because of the time that I'd spent in a relationship with someone who drank a hell of a lot, who turned and twisted after they drank, and how life was, and I feared being thrown out, and I wasn't able to communicate properly, and all sorts of things, that affected how I perceived the world, and it created and built up new beliefs around alcohol and drugs. Now, I grew up in a home, there wasn't really drinking. Yeah, people drank, but it was very responsibly. There was drinking responsibly. Only once did I see my dad get completely and utterly obliterated due to my granddad and my nana's homemade liquor. And that was just rather entertaining for me. So I was blessed not to grow up with alcoholics and that kind of thing. They had plenty of issues, just that wasn't one of them. And when I was on the streets of Manchester, I knew loads of people that really loved a drink, and it was entertaining and it was great for people spotting and observing, and I was fully there and fully present. And then I went from there, what was it? Next drink thing. What people, I was doing security. I'd done security from just before I was 18. I started it illegally because I was working. I'd gone from being security and really taking care of many people and stepping in when people were in all sorts of states because of what they'd been taking. And I was able to sort out everything from first aid emergencies all the way through to people being so absolutely trashed they couldn't move, and people thought they were half dead. So I've sorted all that out, including big massive fights and been able to intervene, and all without attachment. But because of being in a relationship where I feared for my own safety because I thought I was going to be thrown out, or I felt under threat in many different ways because I didn't feel I was able to be me or be honest. I felt like I was walking on eggshells. That it kind of changed my perception of how I react. I wasn't responding, but how I reacted, because it set off the fight, flight or freeze. And when I realised that, after yesterday and managing stuff where someone was under the influence and I was trying to be present and I got reactive, and then I was really upset with myself. It's like, what are you doing raising your voice, man? Like, why are you raising your voice? This was me and my conversation with myself. I was like, and I had to sit with myself and think about things and realise that, to me, alcohol wasn't a threat. Like, yeah, he's really not pleasant, and drugs as well. They're not a threat. They're not. They're people behaving in ways that is not in control for me, not in control for anyone, not in control of themselves, really. And some of them speak the truth, some people don't, and we all, every single one of us is different depending on what we're drinking. But I was in a relationship with someone who didn't handle the drink after a certain thing, who twisted and became scary. I wasn't physically threatened, but it really did freak me out. And having a few years of that, where they drink most days, almost every day for a long period, until I rose my fear and said, look, this isn't right. And they're like, I'm not an alcoholic, and well, he didn't smoke either, did he? And he was hiding it all. And he wasn't able to take responsibility for that side of him. And the last time that I spoke to him was a time when he was drunk and shouting at me and not listening and not hearing and telling me what to do. Like, don't roll your eyes, don't do this, don't do that. And like, how do you, like, how freaky and controlling is that? Like, how crazy is it that someone can be like that with someone they're not even with, that they've not been with for a while, and that that is the disease of alcohol. That is what alcohol and other things that we put into our system can do. It creates something in us that takes us away from our truth and gives us something else and changes our perception of what is and what could be. So I was getting that old memory playing up in my body because someone else was intoxicated, and then I'm cross with myself for raising my voice. I'm cross with myself for not handling it in the most perfect way, and then I'm reminding myself I'm only human. Like, I'm only human, they're only human. People don't mean to do these things, and they are not in control of themselves, and certainly not anywhere near capable of being responsible for themselves after a certain amount of alcohol or substance that's in the body. Even things like high amounts of oxytocin can affect how a person behaves, and that's a naturally created chemical in our body, happy hormone that creates all sorts of weird, it's called the love drug, and we create it naturally, and it prevents us seeing clearly, and falling for people making silly mistakes or less informed mistakes in our lives, where we're putting ourselves in with other people and thinking that we like them when we're going off the oxytocin response instead of logic and reasoning. You know, it's a really primitive thing, and oxytocin stopped me seeing things truthfully in the relationship, which was why I didn't have sex and stuff for so long, because why should I? Because I knew it was creating some kind of barrier to the truth. And I'm with people now, and I'm seeing certain people who are under an influence of stuff, whatever it is, and sometimes even coffee can change a person. So, and I don't do caffeine either, so I try and stay in a balance, and I can see a difference when people go up and down, and the mind twists and things on things like energy drinks. You know, we've so got to be careful what we put into our bodies. So got to be careful. So I'm aware of that, but because of the toll that it took on me yesterday, and that it continued to come into my energy space, because I could hear it and I could see it, and my phone was dinging, and I was talking to my daughter, so I was message, because that's what people do. They don't think, oh, I'll wait until I'm sober. They just go on one. This morning all their messages were deleted, but I didn't care what they said anyway. I was just going to say, look, end of. And, you know, when you've got that coming at you, it's like, you know, it's draining. And then I've still got stuff to do today. I've still got to manage here. I've still got to cook the food. I've still got to wash up. I've still got to sort out water. I've still got to take care of the animals. I've still got to walk bare. So I've got a lot of things to do, and I'm absolutely fecking shattered. And I've managed to go online and have that beautiful conversation this morning, which was a godsend to remember the karma of our actions. And it's also made me think about how different people have come into my life with alcohol problems, and how I'd been managing it and how I've been doing it wrong. Well, obviously it was right for them, but how I know now that was something I should have picked up on that I didn't, and now I'm picking up on it. So, I mean, I'm being hard on myself, and I know I am, but it's because I'm tired and I need to love myself more, and I do accept that these are the things that I was doing because of my feeling threatened. So now, and I mean threatened in some way, you know, in a threat is a threat, whether it's on paper or whether it's physical. And I'm realising now that I'm more at ease and gentle and calm with myself and very tired, that there's a better way of doing things. And I had to remember what I did and where I came from. So today I managed to fix the marquee because it had cracked, and I've managed to drill through it and put in a split pin. So I'm proud of myself for that. I almost fixed the spider catcher, but it doesn't move, so it needs to go back to the drawing board. And I'd sorted out the whatever it was, the veg box, and sorted that out with Anton. So moving forward, I'm able to do more things in my life where it works for me, through the barter system, through community, through being in a cooperative. Even though we don't call it a cooperative, we're working together, helping each other out, and that's helpful, and that's right, and that's good, and that's a fair, honest living. So I am proud of that. I'm a bit disappointed about my spider catcher. It's a humane spider catcher, but I need to work out how to allow it to move back and forth for it to work. And I need to be able to talk to the person about yesterday, but I'm so tired that I don't feel like I'm in the best of places to talk about these things. But I also feel ignorant. But I also feel like I'm doing the best I can to conserve my energy in the situation that I'm in. And I guess that's where I'm up to. I'm looking forward to taking Bear for his walk shortly and getting that out of the way. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow and seeing a good friend. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm not going to take any pictures of the split pin in the marquee. And I really can't be arsed getting up just yet. So that's where I'm at. I'm sending lots and lots of love and blessings for everyone. And so much gratitude as well for this morning, and for presence, and for support, and for encouragement that I get off so many. And when I was feeling like jacking everything in, because I was, you know, I got to a point yesterday where I thought, really, no more humans. No more humans. I've had enough now. This is fucking ridiculous. My friend, she kind of sorted me out and give me that kind of encouragement in the better direction, saying, you know, if you're going to give it all up, you better speak to me first so I can put you right, you know. So, you know, these flies are doing my head in. All right, well, lots of love. Take care now. Love you all.